Hello everyone and welcome back to Hunter Plays Dragon Age Inquisition. I am Hunter from DHCStudios, and last time I can't really remember what I did last time because it's been a while since I did this. So yeah, it's been about a week since, no, more than a week, like 2 weeks since last I recorded Dragon Age because I was doing some community service for some college stuff and I finally found a job, which still not 100% guarantee because I need to do some testing and also pass a background check, which unless there's like some criminal using my identity, I doubt there'll be anything there, but the testing, well, I usually do good on testing, it's just I don't know what to expect, I don't know how much time I'll have to prepare, so yeah, and I don't know how long it is, so yeah. So yeah, it's been a while since I recorded this, but I am back and ready to continue. Okay, it says to go over here.
Thank you.
Who's this?
You're from the Inquisition. I didn't think you'd still be here. Were you really looking to ally with us?
No, you should be contained. Yes, mages should be
I
free.
want this war to end without sending you back
There,
to the
Sarah
circle.
disapproved. Why?
Wait, right? We're not what they think. All blood mages and abominations. We just want to be normal. Have families. Use our magic to help grow crops or something. We never wanted war. What choice did we have? Stay and be slaves?
That is true. Well, and he's an elf, so especially for him, he's got it double rough. Elves aren't treated generally well by people, and the fact that he's a mage, so yeah, his experience probably wasn't the best. But as I've said before, not all people felt bad about the Chantry, but for me, I think they should have something better than that. They get taken away from their families, rarely ever see them again, and are pretty much kind of forced to help the people who not enslaved, but force them to be there. It's just a very unfair system to the mages. I get it that it was probably necessary back then because blood magic and the abominations were probably a relatively new threat, so probably quite a few people who said, let's try it, and it wound up destroying who knows how much. But generally speaking, like, not everyone's like that. Why can I not talk to this guy again? I'm just trying to talk to him. It's bringing up the thing, but it's not letting me.
Hello again.
There it goes.
You don't approve of the Grand Enchanter's decision.
I was there when we voted.
Yeah, I'm a bit iffy on the Tevinter as well. Like, well, as in iffy, it means I don't approve of Tevinter. It freely uses blood magic. The mages there are the only people who are in charge, and slaves. So yeah, not a lot good going on there. Like, it's just not at all a good system that they have. Like, there is it was in, like, trailer information and stuff. There is a follower you can get from Tevinter Dorian, who is a cool guy, and I'm sure there are plenty of, like, decent Tevinter people, probably a lot of them are, but a lot of the stuff they take as normal, like, I just don't agree with. Blood magic has way too many consequences and has caused a lot of destruction in this series. well, Meryl didn't use it very often. In fact, she rarely ever used it, except in, like, cutscenes and stuff. You couldn't freely use it, like, out of combat and stuff, I don't think, so...
Good. You're
there's
finally
that.
here. Now help me.
But, yeah, it can... it is very destructive. Not a lot of good comes from it. I just don't know. Probably if I could... It's probably like, if you play as a mage in this game, you can probably use blood magic. It was that way in 2, you could use blood magic. And it did... well, it was pretty powerful there. Well, at least I thought so when I was trying mage. I'm not a big fan of the mages, though. Especially for this game, because you get so many of them. It's ridiculous. And just getting one more just seems unnecessary. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the well, not the majority, but a lot of your allies are mages. There's Solus, Dorian right here, Vivian, and...
How does that work exactly?
I think there's another one. What is it?
You don't even know, do you? You just
I
wiggle
can't
your fingers
think of
and
it.
boom.
What is it?
It closes.
Who are you?
Or who is it?
Ahead of myself
I
again,
don't know. I feel like there's one
Dorian
more.
of House Parvis, most recently.
But yeah, there's not as many. Well,
Magister
Blackpool,
Alexius was
Sandra,
once my mentor, so my
and
assistance
not Dorian.
should be valuable, as I'm sure
Iron
you
Bull
can imagine.
and Varric, Sarah, and... Huh. Maybe it is more even than I thought it was. I always thought the mages outnumbered the
He was to give you the note, then meet us
other
here after ditching
party
his
members,
father.
but now that I think about it, like... not really. Though I will still say that, I don't see the point of having two mages on your team.
He's had some lingering illness for months.
Like, one mage,
Felix is an
like,
only
is,
child, and
I
Alexius
think, good
being
enough.
another
Like,
hen, most likely.
I'd prefer having, like,
Are you a magister?
as you
All right,
see, like, I
say this
prefer
once.
one of
I'm a
each
mage
plus
from
whatever
Tevinter,
the
but not a member of the
main
Magistracy.
character is, and
I know
generally I
some
would
use the
prefer
terms
something up
interchangeably,
close,
but that only
like
makes
a
you sound
warrior or
like
the
bad
rogue,
papers.
as opposed to a mage, which generally most of the time you want to stay away from the fighting.
You're betraying your mentor because...
Alexius was my mentor, meaning he's not any longer, not for some time. Look, you must know there's danger. That should be obvious.
I wonder
even
what
without the note.
Tevinter is
It started
supposed
Alexius
to
claiming the allegiance of
be
the mage
based
rebels
off
out
of,
front.
like,
As if by
Orlais
magic,
is
yes,
France,
which is exactly right.
and
To
Ferelden
reach
is, like,
Redcliffe, before the Inquisition, Alexius distorted
Britain,
time
I
itself.
think. Like, it's a very British-like country. Well, not very British, but, I don't know, it's like medieval Britain stuff. But Tevinter,
That's less dangerous
I
than it
don't
sounds.
know, has a French
That is
mustache,
fascinating, if
but he's
true,
also
and
speaking
almost
like,
certainly
more
dangerous.
like a
The rift you closed here.
British man than most of
Saw
the
how it
Fereldans
twisted time
do.
around itself,
I
sped
don't
some
know,
things
it's
up
like
and slowed others
a
down.
mixture of both.
Soon, there will be more like it, and they'll appear further and further away from Redcliffe.
Eh,
The magic Alexius is using is wildly unstable.
I don't know, I'll have to look that
It's
up, like,
unraveling the world.
when I'm done recording, like, what is
You're asking me
Tevinter
to take a
based
lot on
off
faith.
of?
I know what I'm talking about. I helped
I
develop
don't think
this
we
magic.
know too much,
When I
like,
was still his apprentice,
aside
it
from
was
all the
pure
bad
theory.
stuff and
Alexius
what
could never
Dorian
get it to
says,
work.
since he's a
What I don't understand
citizen,
is
like,
why he's doing it.
we don't
Ripping
know
time
a
to shreds
lot
just to gain a few
about
hundred lackeys.
He didn't do it for
Tevinter. Might have
Took you long enough.
gone there in maybe like one of the
He's
novels or the
suspicious.
graphic
No,
novels,
but
but
I shouldn't have played the illness card. I thought he'd be
I
fussing
don't
over me all
know.
day. My father's joined a cult, Tevinter Supremacists. They call themselves Venatori. And I can tell you one thing. Whatever he's done for them, he's done it to get to you.
why are you telling me
Alexius
this?
is your father. Why are you working against him?
For the same reason Dorian works against him. I love my father, and I love my country.
But this? Cults? Time magic? What he's doing now is madness.
Whenever I hear
For
time
his own
magic,
sake,
I think
you
of
have to stop
the
him.
Time Wizard
It would also
from
be nice if he didn't rip a hole
Yu-Gi-Oh!
in
And
the
I just
timing.
cannot take it
There's already a
seriously.
hole in the sky.
Like the little, like, clock with the cape
Why
and
would
the
he
little
rearrange
gear
time
top
in the
hat
indenture
and, like, the
mage
bug
rebellion
eyes
just to
and
get
the
to me?
little
They're
clock
obsessed with
mustache.
you,
Like,
but I don't
it's
know why.
not something you
Perhaps
take
because you
seriously.
survived the
Especially
Temple of
when,
Sacred
like, in the,
You can close
anime,
the
the only thing he seemed to
Maybe
say
there's a
was
connection.
time
They
magic.
see you as a
So,
threat.
yeah.
If the Venatori are behind those rifts or the breach in the sky, they're even worse than I thought.
All this for me. And I didn't get Alexius anything.
Send him a fruit basket. Everyone loves those. You know you're his target. Expecting the trap
Dorian's
is the first
armor
step
is
in turning it
very
to your advantage.
shiny. It's like
I
he
can't
put
stay in
glitter
with you.
on it.
Alexius doesn't know I'm here, and I want to keep it that way for now. But whenever you're ready to deal with him, I want to be there.
Yeah, I think I'll put
I'll be in
Dorian in my party, like, after
Oh,
this,
and
like...
Felix, try not to
Solus
get
was
yourself killed.
plenty good for a long
They're
time, but
rusting
after a
and dying.
while, like, he started disagreeing with every single decision I made. Nothing would please the dude. It got aggravating after a while, and I started to worry, like, it might affect getting, like, the max friendships that I was trying to get with every character. Yeah, I only narrowly made it with Vivian and Solus. Like, I was starting to worry, because every time I took him out on a quest, every single time he'd start to disagree with everything. Ah, the load bar. I have complained about you so
You think
much.
they're right? Alexius is setting a trap for us.
A magister trap. I bet they'll be talking.
Alright, so... where am I supposed to go? Oh, wait, why did it... Huh. It, deselected it. That's weird. Why would it... Not why it deselected, but why I wasn't able to fast travel there. That's another thing, like... wait, who sent me a text? Someone sent me a text from a number I don't recognize. Oh, it must be, Caden. He wants to know when the podcast is. Whenever Cody and David, I almost put Davis, were ready to start. So, I would ask them. So I'd ask them. Well, not ask David. I'm not putting that in the text, but David, like, he'll just grumble. Not that he doesn't, like, he acts like he doesn't like the podcast, but when he gets in, like, he has fun. It's just, it's weird for, like, him, like, he's very busy, so having to take time out of his day to record stuff, like, is very tough for him, and so when we get on his case about stuff like that, like,
When you spend your days teaching the plant of light, it's too easy.
I don't know. Like, I don't do it generally, like, I'll ask him, like, once a month to record some Borderlands and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm not the one who does it. But Cody, on the other hand, he's always asking David when he's free to record with something or other. Most of the time, it's either Terraria or Minecraft, which me and David are just sick of at this time. And sort of that annoyance with, like, Cody's pestering is sort of transferred over to every time we ask him to do something. So basically, whenever we ask him to do something, he's just, I don't wanna. I'm not exaggerating. He does say exactly that quite a few times. But it's all in good fun. Like, once David starts, he has fun. He knows when to bring the humor. Oh, I forgot to keep that up for you guys to read.
No, nothing.
Yeah, he knows when to keep us going, like what to build off of and stuff. Like, when me and like almost every night me and Cody talk, but generally if like Caden or David are there, generally it's just dead silence. And when Caden's there, it gets better. Like, we still are pretty quiet. Like, there are some pretty heavy silences in between there. But when David's in there, literally, it's not a second of you. It's constant. Our talking, like when it's the four of us, it's constant. We're always building off of each other. We know exactly what to do.
This cannot be allowed to stand.
The letter from Alexius asked for the Herald of Andraste by name. It's an obvious trap.
How nice of him.
Isn't that kind of him? What does Alexius say about me?
He's so complimentary that we are certain he wants to kill you.
Not this again.
Redcliffe Castle is one of the most defensible fortresses in Ferelden. It has repelled thousands of assaults. If you go
Except the one a few decades ago.
We'll lose the only means we have of closing these rifts.
Like
I won't allow it.
a decade ago. The Blight. It got overrun with like demons and stuff. And, like, generally,
Even if we
he was probably talking about like human attacks, but I think demon attacks should be in there too, because that thing, by God, it was full of demons.
Our hands are tied.
The Magister
has outplayed us.
We can't just
Plus,
give up.
we did sneak
There
in,
has to
like,
be something we can do.
the Grey
cannot
Warden
accept
did
defeat
sneak
now.
in there,
There
so
must be a
that's
solution.
technically overrunning the castle in my book.
Where's the Earl of Redcliffe? I'm sure he'd help us get his castle back.
After he was displaced, Arl Tegan rode straight for Dunnerin to petition the Crown for help. I doubt he'll want our assistance once the Ferelden army lays siege to his castle.
Wait. There is a secret passage into the castle, an escape route for the family. It's too narrow for our troops, but we could send agents through.
Too risky. Those agents will be discovered well before they reach the Magister.
That's why we need a distraction. Perhaps the envoy Alexius wants so badly.
You know, I just
Keep
thought of
attention on
something.
Adar, while we
I
descend
was
the
replaying
Magister's
what some of the
defenses.
and thinking of like ahead to when I was playing this.
Fortunately, you'll have
Like,
This
and
man says he
also
has
like what they
information
said
about the
about time
Magister and
magic.
his
Like,
methods, Commander.
if mages have access to time magic, why is
fight
that
will never
thing
get
not
past
used
Alexius's
constantly?
magic without
Why
my
is
help.
Dragon Age
So if
World
you're
not
going
just
after
one
him,
constant,
I'm coming along.
ever shifting
The plan puts you in the most danger.
glue?
Can't in
I
good
don't
conscience
even know
order
what
you to
to
do this.
call
You
it,
can
but
still go after the Templars,
if mages
rather
can
not
use
play the
time
bait.
magic,
It's up to you.
like, why are you not using that every single day of your life? Like, it just seems odd. I'll bring Sarah along and Blackwall. That seems good. Nope, Sarah, yep. I can't. Chancellor Roderick. He doesn't look like that in real, well, not real life, but in the game life. Should probably add that number of Cadence to my phone in case I ever need to get in contact with him. For being the fourth member of DHCStudios, like, I only ever talk to him when we're on Skype together. Aside from, like, the giant U on their face, like, I think to like, say what you will about them, but they sure know how to make you look awesome. They're negotiators. They go where I go. Yeah, they're
They have to
negotiators.
accompany me. You wouldn't deprive me of my attachés, would you?
They're like, oh god, we didn't plan for this. Abort! Abort!
My Lord
Where's
Magister,
Dorian?
the agents of the Inquisition have arrived.
My friend, it's so good to see you again. And your associates, of course. I'm sure we can work out some arrangement that is equitable to all parties.
Are we mages to have no voice in deciding our fate?
Fiona, you would not
How
have
much
turned
time
your
do I
followers
still have
over to
left?
my care if you did not trust me with their lives.
Perhaps we should include her.
If the Grand Enchanter wants to be a part of these talks, then I welcome her as a guest of the Inquisition.
Oh, 9 minutes. Really?
Thank
9 minutes? I would have thought it was way shorter than that.
The Inquisition needs mages to close the breach, and I have them. So, what shall you offer in exchange?
Let's talk about time magic. Tell me about the Venatori. We have connections. Yeah, these all can... Do I keep it going? Or do I casually mention time magic? Venatori. I'll keep playing along.
The Inquisition has
God
many
dang
backers
it,
among
Sarah.
the Orlesian nobility. I'm sure we can find suitable compensation.
I'm not sure what the Orlesian nobility have to offer that I don't already possess.
She knows everything, Father.
I could have...
What have you
Really,
done?
Felix? Come on.
Your son is concerned that you're involved in something terrible.
So speaks the thief. Do you think you can turn my son against me? You walk into my stronghold with your stolen mark, a gift you don't even understand, and think you're in control. You're nothing but a mistake.
Who killed the Divine?
What do you know about the Divine's death?
It was the Elder One's moment, and you were unworthy even to stand in his presence.
Father, listen to yourself. Do you know what you sound like?
He sounds exactly like the sort of villainous cliché everyone expects us to be.
Dorian, I gave you a chance to be a part of this. You turned me down. The Elder One has power you would not believe. He will raise the Imperium from its own ashes.
You're a fanatic.
Blah, blah. My cult is better than yours. I've heard it 1,000 times.
Well, you know, it's a chance for the Imperium to really one-up that whole starting the Blight thing.
He will make the world bow to mages once more. We will rule from the Boreal
To be
Ocean
fair,
to the frozen
most
seas.
of the world,
You can't
like
involve my
aside from
people in this.
Tevinter, thinks they started the Blight.
This is exactly what
So,
you and I talked about
if
never
the
wanting
only
to happen.
people who say they
Why would you
didn't
support this?
are
Stop it, Father.
the people
Give up
who
the
everyone is
Venatori.
accusing
Let
did
the Southern
do it,
mages fight the breach,
like,
and let's go
and
home.
given their track
No.
record,
It's the only way, Felix.
they probably
He
did
can
do it.
save you.
Like, they
Save
probably
me.
didn't do it as bad, like, they probably
There
didn't do
is
it on
a way.
like,
The Elder One promised.
it's
If I
religious
undo
stuff,
the
like,
mistake at the temple,
they didn't
I'm
see
going
it
to
coming, they
You need to
probably,
accept
they
that.
really
Caesar
wished, like,
Venatori,
immediately
the Elder One
after
demands this woman's
that
life.
it didn't happen, but, hey, what can you do?
Your men are dead, Alex.
Too late now, the entire world hates you,
A mistake.
so,
You should never
eh.
have existed.
Even when you're traveling through time. There's the load screen.
Blood of the Elder One. Where'd they come from? Get
This is Red Lyrium. Like, oh, this is another thing, like, I criticize the game for. They made a huge point of, in, like, both the games the Red Lyrium has been in, they made a huge point of making it sound like, well, not making it sound like, but explaining that if you get, like, within a mile of Red Lyrium, it is going to mess with you. We're in a room filled with giant veins of the stuff. We're perfectly fine, and literally, later in the game, it's not really a, well, it is a bit of a spoiler, but I don't care. There is a map filled with red lyrium veins that you can just stand on top of. It does absolutely nothing to you. It kind of takes away from the huge danger red lyrium is supposed to have.
That doesn't sound good.
It sounds terrible. Depending on when we are and what happened while we were away. Let's look around, see where the rift took us. Then we can figure out how to get back. If we can.
What was supposed to happen?
What was Alexius trying to do?
I believe his original plan was to remove you from time completely. If that happened, you would never have been at the Temple of Sacred Ashes or mangled his Elder One's plan. I think you're
literally, how is not time magic just abused? Why are the Devinters not using it? They are trying so hard to convince the world that they didn't start the Blight. Why has not one mage gone, like, done what Alexius has done, and make an amulet that lets him go back in time and stop the Blight? Literally, it doesn't make sense. Why is time magic, like, only something that this one dude does? There's probably, like, a reason in, like, a journal entry has, but and I'll probably look it up, like, once this is done, but still, oh, it's infuriating me. It's time magic.
Alexius mentioned an elder.
It's literally being used by a dude who is from a place that is being blamed for so many things. Why are you not going back in time and fixing this? Literally, you have the power to do that. You could erase this person from history. Why can you not go back a few, like, 1,000 years? Well, probably like 1,000 years top. I don't remember how far back in Droste and like all that stuff was, but still, why can't you go back like however long it takes to help your people stop from turning themselves into the biggest douchebags in the world?
What happens if we can't get back?
Then we get comfortable in our new present.
Prison key. Dorian doesn't look like he's doing good. Another thing that I just thought of, man, I am coming up with a lot of stuff that the game's like annoying me with in this episode. But why did Sarah and Blackwell not come back with us? Like, they were right next to us. Why did they not get sent back? Did it just feel like only sending us? Like, I feel like that's kind of unfair to them. Literally, I'm right next to a thing of red lyrium. No effects whatsoever except the lights making me look sinister. Weird sword just stuck in the red lyrium. Pouch of gold. Oh, that is the timer. Alright, I'll pause it here, everyone. I know it's not like an ideal spot, but like, timer says what it wants, and it can't have this one being too long, otherwise it'll be difficult to like just piece it all together when I'm putting this in individual episodes. Oh, that's annoying when I go too overboard with one. But yeah, if you like what you saw, be sure to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube at DHCStudios. And we also have 2 Twitch channels, DarkGenzo1 and DaveK141. And hey, we also got that Twitter that I'm always saying we got. So yeah, follow us on at the DHCStudios, and hey, shout out to us. We'll be sure to shout out to you, and probably will follow you on Twitter too. So yeah, I'll see you in the next episode, everyone. See ya.